Hey guys, welcome back. Um, I want to talk about James Cameron's statements about Wonder Woman. I know that it was kind of already blown over a little bit, the story, and Patty Jenkins came out with an amazing response, and people aren't really talking about it that much anymore, but I didn't make a video. I think that was kind of around the time that we were still getting settled in, and I was like super busy and not able to make videos for like a couple weeks or whatever. So I wanted to discuss it because my husband and I were talking about it last night, and we're just talking about how absolutely ridiculous his statements were. And for those of you who are not familiar with what I'm talking about, James Cameron came out like a few weeks ago or whatever and said that Wonder Woman, the praise of Wonder Woman, the movie, is a step backwards for women because she was like sexualized in the movie. I don't know what movie he watched, but I'm pretty sure that the movie I watched and the rest of the world, not the same movie, because there was no sexualization of her at all. I mean, does he even realize how easily they could have gone that route with her character just to attract audience members, just to make even more money, which obviously they didn't even need to do that to make money because they're just blowing everyone out of the box office still. Like, they're still just, passing other superhero movies and breaking records and doing all this stuff. Like, really, they could have easily went that route. She's a female lead character. She's supposed to be a beautiful woman, which is nothing wrong with that. Like, why is it wrong? Why is it a step backwards just because she's a beautiful woman and they mention it in the movie? No, like, they don't. Yeah, they have people. Yeah, they have people talking about. They have people talking about how beautiful she is and acknowledging her beauty in the movie, but they don't do it in a disrespectful, demeaning, vulgar way whatsoever. They even mention her beauty several times. Like, she's covered head to toe, and they're talking about how beautiful she is. That is not sexualizing her just because they're acknowledging that she's a beautiful woman. If anything, James Cameron's statements are a step backwards for women because just acknowledging the fact that she's beautiful is sexualizing her. That's ridiculous. I mean, go ahead, baby. Go ahead. They could have easily sexualized Wonder Woman. Easily. I know he was complaining about her costume, her suit being short and whatever, but we already saw that in BVS, so we knew what to expect. And that's her suit. Like, there are other female superhero characters that have way more, sexy, provocative, revealing suits than hers. Like Black Canary and a lot of those kind of suits that are kind of like a leotard type of thing, and those kind of suits that show a ton of cleavage and their whole, everything. They could, that her suit is just fine, and you don't even see cleavage or anything with her and her suit. Now, okay, one of the big complaints, which is also absolutely ridiculous, that some people had when Gal Gadot was cast as Wonder Woman, is that her body type is not right for Wonder Woman. Just because she's, she has a thin body type. What's wrong with that? Like, she's tall and thin. So what? Just because she, in the comics and, a lot of the animated movies and series, Wonder Woman is depicted as, like super muscular, tall, big breasts, a big butt. I mean, do you think that's even realistic to find a woman that looks like that? Do you know how many things you'd have to check off for her to, criteria? That's super unrealistic, ridiculous criteria to have for a woman, a real life woman, and be a good actress to portray Wonder Woman and have a beautiful face. What? No, okay, there's people that those people that are complaining about that would probably, obviously would rather sacrifice a good actress to portray Wonder Woman for someone who just looks like her. And, you know, just because a character is portrayed a certain way, is portrayed a certain way physically in a comic, doesn't mean it's going to translate well to a live action movie. Yeah, it doesn't mean it's going to translate well to a live action movie. I mean, Avery. If they had cast someone that looks like that, that would easily be sexualizing her. Because a lot of people would just go see it, regardless of how good of an actress she is, for Wonder Woman. They would just go see it because of how she looks, because she has big boobs, big butt, whatever. And secondly, how many women on the planet do you know that look like that? That can act and especially take on an iconic, epic, big role as Wonder Woman and do it justice? Not realistic at all, okay? First of all, I mean, I know that they had some Amazon, like the warriors and stuff, that were big, muscular women, you know, because they got, you know, like MMA fighters, athletes, CrossFitters, stuff like that to fill those roles. But they're not actors. They're just to fill those roles so that way they can have those women on Themyscira that are big, you know, they're strong warrior women. But to actually take on Wonder Woman and portray her in the way that they wanted to in the movie, you know, Zack Snyder obviously chose Gal Gadot. You know, he's looking deeper than just her body type. Okay, that would be sexualizing the character if they chose her, thank you, simply because of her body type. That's sexualizing a character. Okay, they obviously wanted an actress that they thought would, you know, you could picture as Wonder Woman, but would, you know, do her character justice and portray her in the way that people want to see her. Most people, anyway, that are not complaining about stupid stuff like her body. Hold on. So, I mean, they didn't show her without her suit, without her clothes on. They didn't show her coming up out of the beach, you know, walking real sexy, slicking her hair back. You know, she still had her that other suit, that other outfit, the bronze one. She still had that on when she went to save Steve Trevor from the ocean. They could have had her before she jumped off that cliff. They could have had her rip it off and have some, you know, kind of undergarments or Amazonian type of things on under her suit and then jump in and save him. They could have showed Steve Trevor undressing her when they were in that room together, you know, when we know that they finally kiss and stuff. And all they show them doing is kissing. They don't show anything else. They don't show him taking off her clothes. They don't show her without clothes on. They don't show her undressing herself and being provocative. And, you know, I heard another comment that said, you know, she doesn't ever use her beauty or, you know, she doesn't ever use her beauty or try to seduce people to get what she wants or to try to get things to go into her favor, you know? Yeah, dang. You know, not once does she ever try to use her beauty to her advantage or anything like that. And plus, it wouldn't make sense if she did because she's never even been around. She's never encountered a man. She's never seen a man. She's never been with a man in a relationship or any kind of intimate way before. So she wouldn't even, you know, it wouldn't make sense for her to act that way. And, you know, she kind of doesn't even really react that much when they're talking about how beautiful she is and stuff because I'm sure, you know, it just, they're feminists on Themyscira, okay? And believe me, they didn't even really portray it that much as if you've seen animated series and stuff, how much they actually hate men. They could have easily showed that, and they didn't. But, what? Yeah, it's blue. So, I mean, they could have even had, you know, where the camera pans and shows her in a way that shows off her body and, you know, shows off her butt or her breasts or, you know, just in a way that is sexualizing her. And they didn't do any of that. Like, it's just absolutely, like I said, ridiculous for him to make that statement. I would like him, I mean, as sexualized as women are in the United States, you can go pick up any magazine, watch a music video, a commercial, plenty of other movies, and you will find way more completely obvious portrayals of women being sexualized. Any of those types of media, and women are sexualized all the time because it sells. They did not do that with Wonder Woman at all. Like, show me, I want him to just, say one example of where she was sexualized in the movie. Because she's beautiful? That's not sexualizing her. She's a beautiful woman, so what? These male superheroes roles that we have, people expect them to be good looking and in perfect shape. And no one complains about that. So, what is, like I said, his comments are more demeaning to women than what he's saying happened in the movie. And, I think that Zack Snyder, the whole DCW team, all them, I think that they respect their characters enough to not do that to Wonder Woman. It's the first time we've ever seen her in a live action movie. And, I think that they hit the nail on the head with casting Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. And believe me, she did put on muscle for that role. If you go back and look at old pictures of her, she's put on a lot of muscle for a woman, which is not easy. I mean, it's hard for a man to put on muscle weight, much less a woman who has a lot, we have less testosterone, which makes it a lot harder to gain muscle. And, men have to put in a lot of work to gain muscle, so women have to put in even harder and more work to gain muscle, and she did that. And I think that she looks beautiful, she looks strong, she portrays Wonder Woman very well, she's, she did great. Like, what are you complaining about? Don't be mad just because Wonder Woman over here is doing great, and no one's interested in seeing Avatar 2 because you waited 30 years to make a sequel, okay? So, just, if you're intimidated by the fact that a beautiful woman can have a lead role in a movie and, then you need to go somewhere, okay? You're the one that's being demeaning and disrespectful to women if you think that, if you have these ridiculous double standards for a female lead in a movie, okay? So, anyway, I know, like I said, thank you, that, this is kind of... The story kind of is, not really being talked about as much anymore, but I just want to give my thoughts about it because it's still just as ridiculous now as it was when he first came out and said it, and it's still going to be because it's just, I don't know where he's getting that from. And I don't, okay. And I think I speak for most people that have seen the movie when I say that she was not sexualized at all. And, so that's my rant about it. That's what I wanted to say about it. And you know what? When women are sexualized in movies or any type of media or whatever it is, I think women, okay, we'll change it. I think women are the first ones. Can you hold on? Hold on, let me put her down, okay? I think women are the first ones to call it out because it's like, just because, say they had gone that route, I think women would be complaining, oh, just because you have a female lead role that's supposed to be a beautiful woman, you have to make her super sexy, and, you're just trying to go after the male audience, and, I think women are the first ones to call that out because it's just, it gets old and stuff, like, in a movie that when they cast people just because of their body type and they're trying to just attract a male audience to make money. And so I think if anything, if women are saying, no, she was not sexualized at all, then a man shouldn't feel that way about her. It just doesn't make sense, So that's my rant for the day. Sorry, I know there's kind of like a lot of going on in here, but so like I said, I know kind of came and went that story already, but that's my thoughts on it. And so thanks for watching. Let me know, if you guys have any comments to say in the comments, let me know. Say bye.
Bye.
And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, okay?